Once in a small town, there was a boy named Daniel. Daniel was like most kids, but he had a special dream. He loved to paint. Every day, after finishing his schoolwork, he would hurry to the river with his colors and brushes. He would sit there for hours, painting the trees, the water, and the sky. The river was his favorite place because it was quiet, and he could hear the birds singing as he painted. Daniel felt that the river spoke to him in a way that no one else could. His heart would fill with joy whenever he held a brush, and the world seemed brighter when he painted. As Daniel grew older, he noticed that people around him began to change. His friends talked less about playing and more about what they wanted to be when they grew up. They would say things like, "I want to be a doctor," or "I want to be an engineer." Daniel wasn't sure what he wanted to be, but he knew that he loved to paint more than anything. However, he started hearing people say that painting was not a real job. "You need to become a doctor, an engineer, or a businessman to be successful," they would say. These words made Daniel feel unsure about his future. Even his parents, who always encouraged him to follow his dreams when he was younger, began to worry. They wanted him to choose a more secure career, something that would earn him a lot of money. They would say, "Daniel, we know you love painting, but you need to think about your future. Painting is just a hobby. You need to study something practical." Daniel loved his parents and wanted to make them proud. He was confused. He loved painting more than anything, but he didn't want to disappoint his parents or be seen as a failure. So with a heavy heart, Daniel decided to stop painting and focus on his studies. He hoped that by doing so, he would make everyone happy. Years passed, and Daniel did well in school. He studied hard, got good grades, and eventually became a successful engineer. He had a good job, and he earned a lot of money. Daniel bought a big house, a nice car, and could afford anything he wanted. But something was missing. Even though he had everything he needed, Daniel didn't feel happy. His heart was restless, and he couldn't figure out why. He often found himself staring out of his office window, thinking about the days when he used to paint by the river. The colors, the joy, the peace, it all seemed like a distant memory. One day, while walking through a park during his lunch break, Daniel saw a group of children painting by the lake. They were laughing, talking, and enjoying themselves as they dipped their brushes into bright colors. As he watched them, memories of his childhood came flooding back. He remembered how happy he was when he painted, how free he felt, and how it made his heart sing. Daniel realized that he had stopped listening to his heart long ago, and that was why he felt so empty inside. That night, after returning home from work, Daniel went into his attic and searched for his old painting supplies. He found his brushes and paints, covered in dust but still familiar to his touch. He sat down at the kitchen table, spread out his paints, and started painting again. As he painted, he felt the joy returning. His heart felt light and happy, and he knew that this was from that day on, Daniel made a promise to himself. He decided to listen to his heart. He continued to work as an engineer, but every evening he made time to paint. He would paint the sunset, the flowers in his garden, and sometimes he would drive to the river, just like he used to, and paint the water and the trees. Painting brought him peace and happiness like nothing else could. As he continued to paint, he became better and better. He even started sharing his art with others, and soon, people began to notice his talent. Daniel's paintings brought joy to many, and he became known not just as an engineer, but also as a gifted artist. Daniel learned that true success is not just about money or what others think. It's about doing what makes your heart happy. When you listen to your heart, you find true happiness and success in life. He realized that life is too short to ignore what you love. Doing what you love will bring you the fulfillment that no amount of money or approval from others can provide. Moral: always listen to your heart, for it knows the path to your true happiness and success. Doing what you love will bring you the fulfillment that no amount of money or approval from others can provide. If you found this video valuable, please click the like button below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Stay blessed.